pitch. And on the hill in this one, Jeffrey Springs.
The afternoon for
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Lars Nootbaar, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. The other way, Urshela tosses to first, and the first out of the game is an easy one. Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1. On the ground, Urshela sends it to first. 2 up, 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. And here is Brendan Donovan. First pitch misses.
1 ball, no strikes.
Late on that fastball.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
1 strike.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And we're back. Getting the nod on the mound, Sonny Gray.
The right fielder.
Great sinker. Although it's not his primary pitch, it's really a pitch that he can go to. Misses the barrel of the bat, gets ground balls, and lets the defense work behind him.
Lawrence Butler, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike 1. Swings and misses, went with the sweeper.
0-2.
Walker gets under it, makes the catch for the out. Brent Rooker will hit next.
Batting second.
Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 1. On the ground, right side. Handles, throws to first, and 2 away now. This is J.J. Bleday.
J.J. Bleday.
Double.
Donovan. Now a jump throw. Nicely done for the out. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Nolan Arenado.
Nolan Arenado.
Springs back to work. To third. And that one handled. On to first. And they get Arenado for the out. Here's the Cardinal DH, Alec Burleson. And first offering is fouled off. 1 out, base is empty. That one pushed to the left and foul. Swing and a hard hit grounder to third. And that's a fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. And it's a 1-out double for the first hit of the game.
All over that one right there. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Jordan Walker in the box now. No balls and a strike. One out and a runner at second here at the top of the second. That's off the mark. Now 1-2. Man at second. Runner takes off. In there for strike 3. Throw to third. Ow! And that will end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the second, and here's the catcher, Shea Langoliers. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1 strike.
Can't make contact with the sweeper.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Strike 3 went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout.
The left
And now Tyler Soderstrom.
Soderstrom.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Swing and a miss.
No ball. 2 strikes.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Batting 6. The first
Down the
baseman,
rookie first baseman, Nick Kurtz. There's the strike.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
Now pitching for the Cardinals.
Nothing
Number
here in the
52.
bottom of the second.
Matthew Liberatore.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he strikes out the side here in the second. And we're back. Well, here we go. Top of the third, scoreless game. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Pedro Pajes. That's in there. It's 0-1.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
1-2.
Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel.
Goes to second for 1. Over to first, safe.
Batting 9. The shortstop,
Mason Wynn getting ready to hit.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Over to first, and he's saved.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move.
Runner on the move. Pitch in for a strike. Man, safe at second, and that was not close. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Butler makes the catch. Runner tags at second, and he's up to third safely with 2 gone. So the batting order turns over. Here's the left fielder, Lars Nootbaar. Grounded out his first time. That one misses, and that is ball 1. Breaking ball through there for a strike.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
There's a strike up high. And now 2-2. Runner at third, 2 away. On the ground to the left. Urshela to first in time. Out number 3. Set for the bottom of the third. Now here's Gio Urshela.
Third baseman, Gio Urshela.
Urshela in his 8th season, hitting 7th in today's lineup, and he's a native of Colombia. Swing and a miss at a slider.
0-2.
Arenado in plenty of time to first. One gone, bottom of the third inning. Max Muncy up next for the A's. Swings through that one for strike 1.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
No ball. 2
Still
strikes.
tied at 0. Last of the third. Walker hustling after it. Nabs it. And there's 2 down. Next up, it's the first-year shortstop, Jacob Wilson. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball. 2 outs, base is empty. And he drops it down the third baseline. And foul ball. Out to short. And it's through for a hit. And that extends the inning.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Now a chance for Lawrence Butler. They get the force. That's the inning. Out of the fourth, here comes Wilson Contreras. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Waste no time there. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Donovan at the plate for the second time as he takes ball 1. On the ground to first. To second for 1. Back to first, and that is a double play. Here's Nolan Arenado.
I think some double play turns are almost poetic, and a 3-6-1 is one of those that can just look so clean. It's really easy to mess it up if the pitcher doesn't get there in time or there isn't good communication with the pitcher.
Butler pulls it in on the run. Bottom of the fourth. Now it's the DH, Brent Rooker. And a swing and a miss.
He's going to have to make sure that he stays patient because he is the focal point in that lineup. They're going to pitch him tough. They're going to pitch around him. And when he doesn't see other guys doing anything, what you can do is become a little too aggressive and chase out of the zone.
And no one can get there. Now he'll turn for second. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2. Here's the center fielder, J.J. Bleday. Swing and a miss, strike 1. All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Fought off foul.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. The high heat, too much on that one. Here's the power hitting catcher, Shea Langoliers. Struck out swinging his first time. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
No balls. 1 strike.
Swings through that one.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Throws to first. Out. That ends the frame. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the fifth. Now up for St. Louis, Alec Burleson. And that one fouled off.
You know, these Cards, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
And a liner out into right center for a base hit.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Walker in the box now. Takes strike one. Now one missed.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Leday fires it in. And 2 on now as they try to rally here. First and second. No outs. Pedro Pajes next up for the Cardinals. In the air out to center. It's going to fall for a hit. Runner around third. He will score and they take the lead. And it's an RBI single. 1-0.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never...
Muncy to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. A run comes in on the play. Mason Wynn now at the plate. Pitch misses there, and it's 1-0. Pajes at second. Scott at first with no outs. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Ground ball left side, could be 2. Wilson over to second, not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Nootbaar in the box now as he leaves that one up high.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
A bunt and it's popped up. That's out number 2. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
Ripped on a line. He's got it, and that is that. And we're back. Now the left fielder, Tyler Soderstrom. Liberator back to work. And a big swing and a miss.
You know, these A's, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times.
Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
Just a bloop hit behind third right there, and that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there.
Strike 2.
They'll try to bunt for a hit right there, and you can tell he's trying to get something, anything going offensively.
Hit in the air out to center field. Scott pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 away. Here's Gio Urshela. And that's a base hit. Lead runner puts the brakes on, so now it's runners at first and third.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. That one ran inside, almost got him. Line drive, caught.
There's nothing better than watching a third baseman make great plays like that. You can't just throw anyone out there and hope it works out. That's the hot corner, and it takes a special breed to want to play that position.
Wilson up to bat next, lays off for a ball. And fouled off. Swings through that one for strike two.
That's a real nice cutter right there. I mean, this guy can struggle with the inside pitch at times, so I'd say that's pretty effective if you can continue.
Base hit into center field. Runner from third in to score. It's an RBI single, and they trail by one. First and second, 2 outs. Butler digs in now, and that one fouled off. Urshela, the lead runner at second. Wilson at first, 2 out of the inning. There's a swing and a miss.
They just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to.
Well, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. All set for the top of the 6th. And now it's going to be Brendan Donovan. And that one misses up and in. 1-0. Donovan, a former Gold Glove winner, 28 years old. And he was born in Germany. Line drive. That's a hit. And a good start to the inning. Now he turns and heads for second. Check that. He'll stop at first with a single after putting on the brakes.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
So now it's Nolan Arenado. 0 for 2 in this one.
Now pitching.
Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Mitch Spence.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
That clips a corner. Nolan Arenado at the plate. Arenado, guy who delivers big-time power at the dish and will probably go down as one of the greatest defensive third basemen of all time. Liner, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did.
Base hit into the outfield. Rounds third, headed